Rise and shine, great grand rising, beloved, great grand rising. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Take a moment, go tag your friends, tag your family members, let them know Spiritual Success TV is live. This is Ilona Sanders. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Spiritual Success TV Live, where we are lighting the way to help you create a clear path forward on your spiritual journey. With that being said, come on in, beloved. Let's do what we do here in the Spiritual Success TV Lounge, and we're going to activate what I call the success mind. We're going to take a good healing deep breath in and exhale. Just allow everything to relax. Oh, relax, beloved. Bring that mind and that focus and attention down into your heart center and relax. Relax, relax, relax. Yes. Next, healing deep breath in. And on the exhale, drop those shoulders down. Turn the focus inward now. Come on and tap in to the rich inner life of the kingdom of God that is within us. Come on, tap in. Relax. Rest. We're so thankful and grateful for another day, for another opportunity. One more for the power of 3. Healing deep breath in and exhale. All right, lovelies, come on in. Give me a great grand rising. Give me a great grand rising. Let me know that you are here. Let me know that all is well. I want to greet you today. Yes, 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 yes. Great grand rising. Go ahead and let your friends and family members know that Spiritual Success TV is live. All right. Great grand rising to you. With that being said, beloved, we are here. We are in the absolute last year of 2023. Hey, lovely. Thanks for joining us, Brian. I love you so much. All right. We're in the last day. Today is the last day of 2023. And I want us to prepare our hearts and our mind to really, really receive. I am here dedicated to lighten the way to help you create that clear path forward on your spiritual journey. And with that being said, I want to start laying a foundation today for our prophetic gathering that's going to be happening all next week, January 1 through January 7. I want you to join me for our early morning empowerment prophetic gathering, which will be January 1 through January 7 at 7 a.m. Eastern, right on wherever you are joining me streaming live from, whether it's Facebook, either one of my Facebook pages or the Instagram page. We have a lot to lay down. It's a lot to release, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. So this is what I want to encourage you before I dive into the prophetic release foundation, just laying a foundation today. This is what I want to encourage you to do, beloved. I want you to make a commitment to make you a real priority. I want to say that because you have to make yourself a real priority, and you must do what we call in my community the sacred work. You have to do the sacred work because we all have been really not progressing in the powerful way that you know that you can progress. Many of us are still in a place where we are saying that we're going to do this, that, and the other, saying that we're going to change this, that, and the other, but we're still not really making the change. We want to get to the place where we are absolutely positively making a change. So if y'all are here, come on, give me a great grand rising. Let me know you're here. All my folks that usually tune in from Facebook, I got the camera up, so I want to see when y'all comment, when y'all come in, because I can't see it through this streaming platform, all right? You have got to do the sacred work. You got to make yourself a priority to do that sacred work, and just know that this is your time, this is your season, and that you're going to make yourself such a priority that you're going to start valuing, right? The last few weeks we was talking about that. We want to value your self-worth, your sacred self-worth, because you, beloved, are just that important. It doesn't matter what word you hear. It doesn't matter what prophetic utterance you hear. It doesn't matter who said what, who lay hands on you. Beloved, listen to me. Until you can believe in yourself, believe for yourself. Watch this. And know what it is you believe and why you believe it, you'll never become powerful. You'll never step into your divine sovereignty. You'll never be able to operate as the God or goddess that you are here in this 3D realm. Because remember, in this 3D physical realm, Jesus the Christ was recorded as saying, all power has been given unto me in heaven and earth. Now look, I'm giving you the same power, right? I'm giving you the same power. You will never be able to touch that level of power and authority until you can become sovereign. And what does that mean? Becoming sovereign means that you allow yourself the privilege of agency, meaning that you allow yourself to be who you are without apology. And I'm not talking about you and your shadow self. I'm talking about you and your God self. Now, your shadow self is not a demon. It's not demonic. It's not any of that. It's simply the persona that you created to help you cope. It's the persona that you created to help you get through life and to do life. And we can do many wonderful things in our shadow self, but we have to go beyond that. You have to learn how to tap into your God self. Tap into your God self, which is full of power, authority, all-knowingness. It is a part of you that is just like God. And until you are willing to tap into your God self unapologetically, you're never going to start tapping into all the wonderful things that you know, you desire, and you deserve. So we don't want to make a mad dash, as that was our instruction coming into 2023. We're not making a mad dash into 2024, but there are some things that we want to start laying down as a foundation as it relates to 2024. 2024 is a major impact year, right? It's a universal number 8 year. We're going to dive very deep into that with all the things that it's representing. Beloved, it's more than what we just understand with spiritual numerology, understanding that the 8 is the number of new beginning. It's deeper than that. It's more than that. And again, I want you empowered to live and experience life in a totally different. I'm talking to somebody today. I can feel this very deeply. You know, there's so much more for you. You know that you are here to live and make such a great impact in this world, right? You have lived and experienced the things that you have because you're here to learn what it is you're here to teach, and you're here to teach what it is you've come to learn. So all of those struggles, all of those setbacks, all of those seemingly moments of betrayal and abandonment and hurt and rejection, all of that was leading you to move through that trauma, get that healing for yourself, because that is the basis of what you're here to teach others, right? That's when you become powerful. You become powerful when you do that work for yourself. Then you have something to honestly and genuinely give to somebody else. So this is why we say sometimes we're moving prematurely. And that's not to say don't do anything until you're perfect, because as long as we're in this 3D physical realm of appearance, this physical realm, as long as we're here, you're going to be challenged. You're going to have what we may call a setback. You may have a disappointment. You may experience a lot of things, but when you are committed to doing that sacred work and transforming your life, as we do in the Spiritual Success Life community, you get tools and techniques and strategies that you learn how to use, and you start building your spiritual muscle, right? Until you become a master at how to manage yourself, how to manage your nervous system. I'm going to slow down right here because I feel this energy very strongly. And it is an energy that has been around for a long time. But in the last, I would say 2 decades, I've been noticing, particularly even the millennials, it creeping up in their lives more than ever. And that is anxiety. And we spoke to that last week. Whether you have mild anxiety, moderate anxiety, or major anxiety, right? We understand that that is an energy, a spirit, a force, whatever you want to call it, that is very prevalent. And now it's time to really come into divine rest, divine peace, and stop being high strung. That's where they get that word high strung from. And it's because we have grown up a lot, and anxiety is real. And when it is severe, when you have major anxiety and you have panic attacks and all of that, that is real. You literally feel like you're dying. We're not saying it doesn't exist. We're just saying this is the season that you're going to come in and allow yourself to transform and transition out of that realm where many of those lower level energies have a chokehold in your life. Overwhelm, stress, anxiety, right? So we want to do the sacred work, beloved, because listen, until you can, I want to say these 3 things to you, right? Until you change what you believe, you cannot change what you receive. I want you to write that down. Y'all talk back to me. Until you change what you believe, you cannot change what you receive. When you understand that you are first cause, right? When you understand that you are first cause and you are projecting outside of you based on how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you're believing, you're projecting outside and radiating outside of yourself. And that goes into the ether, into the quantum realm, into the spirit realm, whatever language works for you. And it begins to attract like vibration. So when they say like attracts like, that is what that means, right? And I want you to talk back to me. How many of you have noticed in your lifetime, the more you thought about a thing and meditated on a thing, the more you were stuck there, the more you didn't leave there. And so it's important that you begin to change what you believe. Until you change what you believe, you can't change what you receive. You're going to continue to just receive more and more and more of the same. It'll be the same people, the same circumstance, the same situation. It doesn't matter if you move from here to Timbuktu. If you're going to take you with you everywhere you go. And when you start examining what you believe, and you can get a free belief audit at the website, elonasanders.com, right? You have to take your time and start examining. I was sharing with a client on this week how it was in the early 2010s, 2009, 10, 11, right in there, when I really began to do serious belief audit in my life. And I had to decide for myself what it is that I believed, why I believed it, because there were many things that I believed that no longer served me. It wasn't helping me. It wasn't helping me to transform my life. It wasn't helping me to get where I needed to go. And in our Christian Pentecostal apostolic faith, particularly in the Black culture, we were riddled with fear. It was a fear-based kind of doctrinal belief system. And that fear was deep down in the nervous system. A big part of the work that I do with my spiritual success leaders that are highly sensitive, that have a strong Christian background, the first thing we have to do is help them to understand that God's not mad with you, not angry with you. I'm talking about the divine, universal, prime creator, right? The almighty, all-wise God. I'm not talking about some of those other deities we were tricked into believing was God, right? But we were, it was such a fear-based, God's going to get you kind of belief system. We couldn't be ourselves, couldn't be free to be ourselves, right? I had to examine for myself what it is that I believed and why I believed it, did I want it in my life. And I went all the way down to examine if I wanted alcohol in my life, if I wanted cigarettes or any other thing in my life. I had to go back and explore that for myself so that I would know that when I say I don't drink, it's not because I'm afraid that if I take a drink, I'm going to hell. I had to believe that alcohol, strong drink, is not a part of what I wanted in my life. Did I want a glass of wine with dinner? All of that. I had to examine all of that so that I would know what I believe is what I'm believing for myself. That's when you start, beloved, crafting, honing in, and becoming powerful in who you are. That is why the ancients would always hang the sign over the temple door, know thyself. I can't stress that enough, right? So when we go through and do the belief audit, you have to examine what it is that you believe about God. What do you believe about people? What do you believe about the world? What do you believe about the devil? What do you believe about money? What do you believe about love, romance, finance? You have to begin to examine all of that for yourself so that you will know what you believe and why you believe it. That's when you start becoming powerful, beloved. And so I want you to cross over and make this transition, number one, with a commitment to make you a priority in 2024. And what do I mean by that? We're not talking about being selfish. We're talking about self-love. Self-love is a commitment to honesty. I'm talking about real honesty, not this crap that comes from, the ego realm, from the head, the creepy crap, right? We're not talking about all the stuff that we've accumulated and learned how to say over the years in your fake persona, in your shadow self. We're not talking about that. Self-love is a commitment to honesty, to tapping into your heart, finding out what is it that your heart truly desires. What is it? What have you been sent here to do? And only you know that. No one can judge your purpose. This is why in my community, I work with people one-on-one and in small groups in their uniqueness, because you're different. And many of you are so unique. What you feel to do and what you know to do, you may not have ever seen anybody do it before. Or it goes against social norms. It goes against what is acceptable in the social circles, right? And so I was sharing with somebody this week, and they were saying that they remember when they were in church and they knew that they were called to ministry, knew that they were supposed to be making an impact, but the way they thought was so different from the environment that they were in. And many of you, y'all talk back to me, y'all can attest to this. You were afraid to be yourself. You were afraid to express yourself because it was so different from what everyone else was saying, thinking, and believing about a thing. You were worried that you were going to be rejected, right? You were worried that you were going to be ostracized, right? Wait a minute, I'm trying to get these. Okay, right? I'm looking at these comments. You were so worried that you were going to be ostracized. You were going to be talked about, right? That you were going to be misunderstood. Grand Rising, Lisa, Grand Rising, Sin. I had to get over here on the phone to see the Facebook comments, right? Right, Reese. Oh, I feel that so strong. God, I just felt something, a wave just come through real strong. Y'all all excuse me. I was getting ready to speak in tongues in a minute here. Right, Reese. Until I change what I believe, I can't change what I receive. True, true, true. Wow, I never thought about it was bedded in the nervous system. Yes, Sin. That's why it was so hard for us to make that transition. And that's why so many people are afraid to trust what God is saying to them, the direction they're receiving. But trust me when I tell you, y'all got to come into the prophetic gathering this week coming up, because I'm going to be laying down some powerful things that we have to begin to embrace, right? Grand Rising, Darlene Gray, Lisa Horsley, Anthony Horsley, everybody, thank you for joining us live today, right? So listen, that stuff gets embedded in the nervous system. And this is why I always ask people, who's going to be in your ear for the next year? Some of you are not even cognizant of who you are given that awesome and amazing privilege of being in your ear. You're not even cognizant of who or what you're listening to, what you're giving yourself over to. And it could be somebody, it could be your prayer partner, it could be your best buddy, it could be, siblings, parents, whatever it is. Who's going to be in your ear for the next year is going to determine how you're going to be seated for that year. Somebody talk back to me and write that down. Ask yourself the question, how will I be seated for the next year? Because whoever have your ear, they have your attention. And that is a privilege. That is a privilege, beloved, that we don't want to take too lightly. So coming into 2024, that's going to be another impact year. It's a universal 8-year, and it means more than a new beginning. And I used to say, even from the Hebrew, how it representing being made fat, right? But I want to go deeper. I'm going so much deeper into what is opening. 2024 is a major impact year. Major portals are open. A lot more of God is coming through. But here's the caveat. You have to position yourself to be able to hear. That is why John the Revelator recorded, he that have an ear, let him hear. And we're not talking religious jargon, because there's a lot of things I purposely change and shift language. You know why? Because with every move of God, and maybe it was William Murphy singing the song. I don't know. Y'all know I don't. Gospel music has shifted so much. I can't do much with it these days. If that's true for you, give me a thumbs up and let me know. I can't do it, right? But I don't remember. Hallelujah. You have won the victory. And in the beginning of that song, I believe he said, every time there's a move of God, and I know this for myself, a major move of God, there's a new sound. When we was coming out of SSL, Spiritual Success Life group mentoring in 2023, the last month we was diving deep into understanding somatics and understanding sound vibration and understanding how powerful sound is. That is why you can decide, you can decree a thing, and it shall be established for you, says the writer of Job, right? And so there's a sound, there is a vibrational frequency that's attached to sound, that's attached to words. And so we want to be very intentional about what we say, what we think, what we believe. So 2024 is a major impact year. I'm going to go deep into that and lay that down and let you know what that's all about. We've had several from 2012 coming on up, every 4-year increment. There was major shifting, transformation, and impact in 2024. It's going to be another one of those years. Portals are open, things are lining up. So we want you, number one, to make the decision. I'm going to make me a priority. We're not talking about selfish. We're talking about self-care, self-love. Self-love is rooted in honesty. And we're not talking about honesty in a fake way, right? Coming from the ego realm. We're talking about what your heart, the Holy Spirit, the God within, whatever language works for you, is communicating to you, being honest about that. And I shared that how I believe it was singer Adele that said that, right? That self-love is about being honest about what you need. Watch this. Being honest about what you need. Yes, and I cannot do that gospel music. Not today, right? Latrenda Williams, thanks for joining us live today, right? So when we talk about being honest, she said you have to be honest with yourself and what you need. But here's the thing, beloved. You have to start serving that to yourself first. Somebody write that down, right? You have to be honest with what you need, right? Stop going along just to get along. If it's not working, it's not working. Stop trying to force it. Stop trying to make it, right? I remember when the ban was lifted and it was time to go back into physical buildings, right? A lot of my clients and students, they were saying, Dr. E, I just can't go back in there. I just can't go back. I was like, why are you trying to make yourself do something? It's only because that's what you've been used to, right? That's what you've been used to. Everybody take a moment, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me some hearts, do a prophetic act and flood the algorithm here so that this can go on to someone else. Why you keep trying to force yourself to do something that's not working for you? You're miserable in it. It's not working. It's stifling. It's too confining for you. And so I said, wait until you honest to God, feel an unction to move in that direction. But I want you to always retain your sovereignty. And don't go back in and go back up under oppression and go back up under spiritual abuse and go back under losing your ability to think for yourself, hear for yourself, discern for yourself, and decide for yourself. God never called us to be for people to lord over us and control us. We're here to help you. That's why I always say, right? I walk alongside you, helping you to co-create. It's all about empowering you to be able to do what God say do. Grand Rising, Lucina, thanks for joining us. I love you. We're going to talk today. Hey, Shelly, thanks for joining us live, right? So we're going to make this transition into the Gregorian 2024. We are already in the New Year. We come in right at the head of the year, according to God's calendar. You're going to make yourself a priority, not with selfishness, but with self-love. Self-love is about being honest about what you need. And this, I want y'all to talk back to me if you get this, and serving that to yourself first. What you're trying to make other people do, what you're trying to get from someone else, your loved one, your spouse, your boss, whatever it is, beloved, that's why your sacred self-worth has to increase this year. It has to ascend this year, how you think about yourself, feel about yourself, believe about yourself. It has to increase this year. It's going to do that with self-love, being honest about what you need, and then giving that to yourself first. And when you vibrate that, watch this now, that energy, that vibration, that frequency goes out into the world, into the unseen world. So much is happening in the unseen world, beloved. Come on now. So much is happening out there. It began to radiate and attract, and then that reflects back into your life in opportunity, experiences, relationship. So when you give it to yourself first, you start vibrating as worthy of that. You can't help but attract that back in your life. That's the way God created it. That's how it's set up universally, right? Hey, Marcus, thanks for joining us live. Yes, Happy New Year to all, he says. Listen, beloved, y'all have to join me in the prophetic release this week. January 1 through 7 at 7 a.m. Marcus, Cynthia, I would love for you all to join us. I would love to hear more prophetic voices, right? 7 a.m. Eastern time, right on these same streaming platforms that we are on today, Facebook or YouTube. There's a lot I have to lay down, a lot that has to be imparted to us, because it's a new era. So that's why we're in a major impact year. Going into 2024 is a major impact year, and there's a lot going on. There are words, there are spiritual laws, there are spiritual technologies that need to be at the forefront in 2024. So just to recap as we come to a close, right? You're going to make yourself a priority, not selfish, but we're talking about self-care and self-love. Self-love is rooted in honesty, and it's about being honest about what you need and then serving that to yourself first, and then the universe, which is God's operating system, has no choice. That's where all God's laws, spiritual laws and decrees, and where the angelic realm and all the ministering spirits that are sent to minister for you, to help you, they're all there reading Come on, vibration is what? The language of angels, the language of God, the language of the subconscious mind. Everything is reading how you're feeling, how you are vibrating, right? And so we want to go forward with that. And it's been scrolling ever since we came in that we are preparing for Spiritual Success Life 2024. I want you to go to the YouTube channel, to my website, elonasanders.com, right, /2024 SSL. Listen, I am going to do an extra savings for you, right? If you go this week while we're in our prophetic gathering, you're going to get an even further discount. Yes, I did. I even slashed it a little more because this is how much I know it's important for you to come invest in yourself, beloved. Invest in yourself. You have enough shoes, purses, sunglasses, perfumes, smell good, watches, earrings, jewelry, clothing, whatever it is. Your favorite food you eat every month, your favorite, you have enough. Take some of that and invest it in your life. I'm telling you, we're going to be releasing this year because we're in a prophetic move from 24 to 2030. We're going to be laying all of that down for you as we go. So go to that website, take your time, look at it, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. And if we need to have a conversation, go ahead and just do a private chat or inbox me, message me, however you want to do, and let's connect. Let's make this work. Let's see how we can co-create this for you, right? Let's see how we can co-create this for you so that you can join me in the Spiritual Success Live training program. It's a 12-month program. Listen, beloved, give yourself 12 months. Give yourself a year and watch how you start transforming. Watch how the transformation, those of you that have been in SSL, still in SSL, private client, flood, give some hearts, give some thumbs up, let folks know this is how you're going to come into your sovereignty. This is how you're going to come into your divine power, right? Join us there. You're just going to be so happy that you did. And it's going to be well worth it. It's a 12-month program, right? And those of you that want one-on-one mentoring for 12 months, you get access to this group as a bonus. Come on, do something good for yourself. Do something good for yourself. All right, lovelies, listen, I'm going to release you with many blessings for the rest of your day and your week. Happy New Year. Prosperous New Year. Blessed New Year's. It's going to be different. Trust me when I tell you the things that I'm going to lay down, because it's going to be something else in those 3D streets from 24 to 30. It's going to be something else. But transition well. And I will see you all tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, right on these same platforms as we prepare for the prophetic release for 2024. We're sowing seed. If you want to sow seed, I did not put that in my thing today, but we're doing either an $89 seed or a $98 seed. We're going to talk more about the significance of that combination of numbers, which still brings us to the number 8, which is we're going to embrace, but we wanted that 9 in there, right? And we're going to talk more about that. So the Cash App is Elona Sanders, and you could do Venmo, not Venmo. I didn't finish setting that up. You could do PayPal. You could do Zelle. You could do Cash App. Cash App is Elona Sanders, right? I'm going to get all of that. I'll have all that ready so that you can sow the seed. Zelle is my War Praise email address, warpraise@aol.com. I have all of that ready for you guys tomorrow, all right? Warpraise@aol.com is Zelle. 89 or 98. We're leading out with the 98. We want to really lead out with the 9 and the 8, which will bring us to that universal 8 again. And we'll talk more about that this week. All right. Have a blessed, wonderful, and amazing rest of your days. Happy New Year.